Mic check, Madame Rouge. Get wrecked on a Tuesday afternoon. Good morning. It's too motherfucking hot out here in hot and sunny Las Vegas, so I'm keeping cool with my shades on, because I'm too fucking tired, but I still kind of wanted to do this because it makes me feel better. So, in short, I could also, I could always, that's another thing, just real quick before I start, to the people who have low self-esteem or whatever, I would suggest getting into something that you like so much to the point where you can say, fuck what other people think about me, I'm good at this, so, I mean, I don't know, I kind of think there's no excuse for low self-esteem, It's like, I guess, what do you tell somebody who has low self-esteem that they're fucking fucked up for having low self-esteem? Or, bad self-confidence, what are you supposed to be like, you're a fucking loser with no confidence, confidence loser. By the way, you're fat and ugly, and you have no money, and your mama's butt crack smells too. And you have no confidence. Anyways, I just wanted to stop on by my own show, of course. This is my show, the Madame Rouge Show. If you ever get confused, there's about 88 other videos here that will explain exactly who I am and what I might be doing here. Might not explain what I'm doing here. I still don't know what I'm doing here. Well, I know what I'm doing here, but I don't know what I'm doing here. Just like you don't know what you're doing here either. If you do, please let me know. I'd like to thank the person that left the comment, the positive comment about Anna and Nicole. I like to only post positive comments, and since I get a lot of negative comments, we only see a few of the positive ones. Thank you for posting a positive comment about Anna and Nicole, She's so sedated, but she's underrated. I'll tell you what, she's not as pretty as Marilyn Monroe, but there's just something about her, like a free spirit about her, like she's fucking 5 in the head, and I love, children from the ages of, like, babies till about, I don't know, till they can fucking try to be a smart ass with you. I don't know, how old is that, like 7? I was talking to this one little girl one time. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her, but she just walked up to me and she looked at me and she said, Justin Bieber doesn't like redheads. So she's like 9 years old, so I was like, fuck, man, if she's gonna fuck with me, I'll fuck with her back. I'm not going to take anybody out of the I'm gonna fuck with you cool. I mean, that includes dogs, cats, even bugs. I'll fuck with bugs too. There was this cockroach that crawled up to me, and it started licking one of its antennas, and I was like, look at you licking your own antenna. Do you think that you and I could ever get along? I'm like, you better just scurry away. And then I remember one time that I was at the park with my friend Ashley. For Ashley, what up, girl? Coming to my birthday party. And we were at the skate park, and we were smoking some heavy tobacco, and it's like a skate park / dog park, so there was this, like, lady that walked by with this dog. It was a pretty cute dog, like, whatever. The lady, it was walking behind, its owner, like, it was like, and I looked down at it, and for some reason, I just looked at it in the face, and I was like, look at your fucking fat ass. And then I was like, surprised myself, I was like, dang, I was like, that was fucking mean. But, maybe it was the wacky tobacco, but I had it in my head that the dog didn't know it was fat, so I was doing it a service. But then Ashley, and then I kept on telling Ashley, I don't think the dog knows that it's fat. I'm like, She's like, I think it knows. I think it knows. I'm like, well, it knows now because I told it, you know. But anyways, back to the matter. I don't not discriminate against anybody. I think everybody's game to be discriminated against. You know, if it's perception, it could be comedy. That's how I see it. You know, if that's too deep for you, might want to swim in more shallow waters. I don't know, but that's the way I see it. Anyways, I really kind of wanted to come on here just to read a couple things that I wrote. So every time I have a purpose, it always seems to rear a different way, which keeps teaching me that when you think you're going one way or you have something in your mindset, you know, you kind of just got to rely on the surprises in life, you know, just, or not, if not rely on them, be aware of them to the point where, you know, it doesn't affect you and traumatize you when change occurs. See, that's what I'm learning. You know, to live this life means to accept and to be functional in a world that might feel unjust to you. Anyways, whatever. I said, and this is what I said. Nobody reaches to feel or fill each other's voids or pains. No one ever thinks about how others suffer, how they ache. No one ever thinks about how the phrase no one ever is so blank a statement like a human being, because nothing is ever one way, never, and that's the only sure thing. Alas, the glass is half full, never whole or quarter full. Force pulled me away from the day-to-day, it's moment-to-moment, and every minute is a component. Flashcards to flash back into the future, think, fly, think. Could we get any closer to cyborgs, Terminators, Saw Killers, John Kramers, John Connors, cybernetic beings? Not to be confused with Cyclops, who might not be mighty, but he's sorely unfortunate or not. Maybe it would be a nice surprise to see the world through one eye. Talk about one love, one life. Can't lie if you're a Cyclops about that kind of stuff. So reggaetons unite. Poke out one of your eye. Live with what you preach. One eye, one love, one life. Go ahead, you crazy Cyclopses. Get together and tell each other where the next potential catastrophe might lie. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's funny, every time I come on here and I have something planned, I end up feeling like I've read it already, but it might be because I wrote it already. So, I'm gonna have to check out what I have on my Facebook notes, because those I know I haven't read yet, and then come back to you next Friday, because my birthday's this Sunday. Thank you. Happy birthday to me. And I'm going to have a party. I'm going to have a birthday shut-in. Nobody's going to talk to me. I'm just going to put myself in a box. I'm going to have somebody put some duct tape on that shit. And it's going to be the loneliest. Hey, talk about a birthday you would never forget, right? Sometimes, you know, the ideas spark this way, and sometimes the ideas spark that way. But, you know, I feel like now that I'm getting on a more positive tip, knowing that there is an end to living in this city, Las Vegas, I can be a little bit more optimistic and a little bit more happy-go-lucky, if you will, than most people who live here who don't want to. And you know, especially concerning how I've not been happy for a while because something unhappy happened to me. Happens, you know, to people, I guess, but I'm learning how to deal with it. And you know, I was talking to a friend. He reminded me, you know, that his dad died when he was really young, and it was really tragic. He got sick, and you know, he was just reminding me how that, you know, every day made him who he was. So, you know, that's kind of plays in my head, you know, because when people that you love die, especially a parent, so many thoughts go through your head. That is, if you think. I mean, let's just assume that you think, even though most of us don't. I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt because you never know who's watching. um, these things occur in your head where you just question everything when someone you love dies, and kind of want to just get to the point where you can like close your eyes at night without feeling such a loss of this person's presence, without really like without it really super affecting you. And I think the only thing that cures that is time. But like my friend said, I don't think there's going to be one day in my life that it doesn't affect who I am. And even like when time goes by, it might not be conscious all the time. It still will always be in my subconscious, which, mostly when I talk to girls and I try to get deep, it really goes nowhere. Like, as one of my best friends in the whole world likes to call them, they're blanks. Girls who you walk up to and you try to talk to, but like when you look in their eyes, it's like looking at like a blank page. It's almost like, whoa. I've never seen so much empty space since I've seen an empty music hall or something, it's insane. And it seems to be more of them in Vegas, to me. That's how it seems. Because I've traveled around, this country a lot, and, I think that Vegas is exactly what it has been advertised as, and the whole time I've lived here, I've been really trying to deny that, and really trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, and really trying to say, there could be something beautiful found within this disaster. But the only thing that was the water park that they took down when I was a kid, and my mother and my father and you know and the people that my friends and the people that I love. But other than that, if that's the only thing that you love about a city, you really don't really love anything about a city. You love your friends and family. So I would like to make a big change from being a lot like most people in Vegas and live somewhere where I'm not every day saying, oh, another fucking day in paradise. Oh, sorry, Jillian. Sometimes I just wish you weren't watching, girl. Not because I don't love you, because I freaking love you, so don't forget it. And on that note, I must say that I've been having these crazy dreams about these girls I used to be friends with, these sisters I used to be friends with. It's like I'm having these recurring dreams about these girls, and it's like I couldn't be happier in my life when I'm around them in my dreams, in these dreams. And it's probably because in reality I know that there is no possibility of that ever happening. Well, you never say never, but let's just put it this way: I would never hold my breath because I would be a corpse. Anyways, so but these dreams, they're pleasant enough to actually fulfill that. It's almost like dreams are better. You get all the good parts, and I guess if the bad parts exist, you wake up, right? What's the worst that can happen? Alright, kiddies, tune in to the Madame Rouge show. I'm trying to bring one more rapper onto the stage here, Jane Az. Might happen, might not happen. I'm not really minding too much either way yet. So, tune in next week, and I hope you enjoy the show.